So this in the biz is what we call a cave and pave, where there's an issue, so you beat it in with a hammer and fill it. This is not a night shift customs practice, but some backwoods people do it. No offense to backwoods people. But we do have a little bit of rust here and here, so we're gonna have to cut out this side piece and our piece here, get that repaired. You know, I'd like to find out what's going on further here, but it doesn't seem to be having any issues. Doesn't seem to be showing. So we're just gonna fix this spot.
All it takes is one job, oh yeah. All it takes is one job, and everything is gonna be okay.
So kind of had to keep going and making this a little bigger to get past the inner rust. We don't want those to be rusting in between there, and got it all kind of cleaned out there. So now we'll make our inner structure piece and we'll make our outer. All right, we got our little piece made here. Fits in there quite nicely. So we'll start getting her welded in. All right, got our inners welded in and painted. Got our pinch weld or our spot welds all done. Was careful to leave, like that little spot's supposed to be there. I was really careful to try to leave anything that was there. It's kind of, the factory kind of has a rippled deal here. It's not perfectly even or anything, so I just left it just like that. But yeah, start making our outer pieces. All right, got our little piece made here. The brake didn't do the bend sharp as this was, so we took it on the table there and sharpened it up a little bit, which means sticking it on the edge and hammering it. Got this piece made here. We got our inside painted, and start lining it up and tacking it in. I think we'll be pretty good. Jay just told me that this has a factory roll cage, and I didn't even know that. But look at that. I mean, that, can you imagine how expensive that interior panel is for having that little hole? Oh, it even has harnesses that retract.
That's cool.
God dang, this is a cool car. God, that's cool. The little details, I mean, to clone one of these would be just a huge chore.
Where do you find all this stuff? It'd be so hard to find, like, all these trim pieces.
This is just her first time, but it's not gonna be her last time. She gets on the bus to the library building. She sits at the tower, counts down the hours, and gets home in time to do it all again. No one is safe around here, don't know what goes on around here.
So we have some pieces here that are just really gone, and they're complex enough and cheap enough to buy new that that's a good piece to just buy. It's going to be too much work for me to make. And then this piece has some pretty heavy bead rolls that I can't duplicate, and so we'll probably get one of these and use it as a piece. This is the outer, they call it a wheelhouse, outer wheel well, And that piece will just section down here and do that one as well. Can probably come in from this side and weld in a piece that we can use a little bit more of it than what's showing out here. The inner needs to be replaced up to this kind of area, and then they sell this lower outer, and the reason I'm looking at getting that is because of this deep bead here, and not all of them come with that in there. Some of them just go over smooth and come in, but I think that the ones from CJ Pony Parts actually do have that little piece, but I'm gonna leave it on here for now. It's in okay shape, but it appears that our driver's side is worse, so we need to go over here and start checking our parts so I can get some of this stuff ordered and get it in a timely manner. But you can kind of see some weird bubbling and crack here, and then some weird bubbling here, very weird bubbling here. Well, that's not even weird, that's rust. So I know that this one is probably in worse shape than the passenger side. So we'll start over here and just start grinding, you know, kind of in this area like this, and kind of check out what we have going on here. So what we appear to have here is way too much filler, and I'm not sure why this is all bulged out here, but I'm glad that, so the guy that did the bodywork and paint last in 1974 or whatever said he fixed all the rust, and obviously he just filled it with filler, except for back here he welded in this plate wrong. I mean, it's way wrong. And then this whole big dent right here, that's just a warp. This is all just warping. So not only did he fill a lot of the dents with filler, he just absolutely destroyed this rear quarter. I guess we're kind of lucky that he filled the rest of the dents with filler and didn't try to weld in a piece like he did here, because this is just a... And what's amazing is how bad that rusted out after he fixed it, quote unquote fixed it. I mean, it is, this is the replacement piece, you know? So I guess we're lucky he didn't try to do this to the doors and stuff we're finding rust in. But now, instead of, you know, fixing a couple spots on whatever was there, now we're gonna have to go up to here. And I'm scared of what's under this filler. I'm not supposed to be stripping this car too far. You know, like, this is a big old dent. Man, look how thick that stuff is. Dent. I don't know what those dents are about, if the car was just actually dented. They're just such weird dents. And then this is just packed with filler, but I don't even think there's anything there. I think he just piled it with filler. I don't, you know, obviously I don't know what's under it. But this area, like this filler, I don't think it needs to be there at all. I did find evidence that it was hit. You can see it on the inner fender well. See those dents?
Oh yeah, she's crunched up.
There's something going on there, which is underneath the filler too. And look at that blue down on the inner fender wells. I wonder if this car was originally blue. I thought it was supposed to be originally green. And it was painted blue. That blue is pretty far down in there for
yeah, it looks like that right there. It looks like the green's on top of the blue.
I wonder what this is.
Blue.
Mustang guys, what's that? So this is my contour gauge on this passenger side. I've just taken out 1/2 inch, 3/4 inches of filler here, which is all over my floor and up my nose. Now if you take the contour gauge over here, there's no dent. They filled in this thinking it was a dent, and it wasn't. It was just the way the body was. So they had that filled straight from here to here, which is, they had about that much filler on it. Just craziness. I don't know. Maybe they were getting paid by the gallon. Kind of betting both sides, because the other side has filler in it too, and there's no dents here. There's a little dent right there. It needs about that much filler, and if you knocked it down right here, it would need even less, because it's a little high through here. Just crazy, man.
All it takes is one job, oh yeah. All it takes is one job, and